Hello, Bloomington. I'm Mayor Tim Busse, and this is the Council Minute for the week of January 30th. We didn't have a council meeting this week, but there are 3 items that I wanted to take a few minutes to catch up on today. We talk a lot about housing here in Bloomington, and how having a place to call home is such an important factor when it comes to a person's well-being and success in life. No matter who you are, decent, affordable housing provides a solid foundation for everything else that goes on. Having a stable house to come home to each day generally equates to more economic success, better educational outcomes, and a better quality of life. That's why we've been working hard to make Bloomington a place where people can afford to live. Through our Opportunity Housing Ordinance and our Affordable Housing Trust Fund, Bloomington is able to work with developers to provide housing that people can afford. And that means folks in our hospitality industry, teachers who are early in their careers, and first-year police officers. But while affordable rental units are a great option for many people, the City Council and staff have focused recently on another important piece of the puzzle, and that's affordable home ownership. For a lot of people, home ownership is simply out of reach because of the cost of housing, restricted access to credit, or systemic inequalities. We know that owning a home is an important part of building wealth. Homeowners build equity instead of paying rent, and are ultimately able to capitalize on that equity when they decide to sell. So, what to do? Last year, the Minnesota Department of Transportation released control of 5 lots that they owned near Humboldt Avenue and West 82nd Street. MnDOT had bought the lots years ago when they thought they would need the land as part of a possible widening of 35W. But plans changed, so MnDOT released the lots, and the City Council appointed the Bloomington Housing and Redevelopment Authority as the agent to manage and market the lots for development. The council directed the HRA to explore long-term, affordable ownership opportunities for the properties, and the HRA did just that. At the January 25th Metropolitan Council meeting, the HRA was approved for a Met Council Livable Communities Affordable Home Ownership Pilot Grant. The grant is for $300,000, which is an important part in making this project work. The plan is to build 4 single-family homes on those vacant lots that will be sold to low to moderate income households, prioritizing first-time and/or first-generation buyers. Habitat for Humanity is the development partner for the project, and we know the great work they do. And between the Affordable Home Ownership Grant from the Met Council and HRA funding, there will be up to $150,000 available for each of the 4 homes to help close the cost gap and possibly to help with down payment assistance for the buyer. The bottom line is that there will be 4 new homes owned by low to moderate income families, and empty lots will be put to a good, productive use. I am very excited about this project. But I'll admit that 4 homes sounds modest. 4 homes are not going to change the world. But for those 4 new homeowners, their world will change. They'll have a special opportunity to own their own home, to build wealth, and to call Bloomington home. Thank you to our HRA staff for making this project happen, to the Met Council for the generous grant, and to Habitat for Humanity for their partnership. As we get into a new calendar year, one of the responsibilities of the City Council is to make appointments to a variety of city boards and commissions. Over the past couple of years, we've been working to improve the selection process of new board and commission members, and earlier in January, the process was fully activated. On Saturday, January 21st, 4 separate interview panels made up of current board or commission members and city council members met for a good chunk of the day. And we interviewed more than 40 applicants for the Advisory Board of Health and the Sustainability, Creative Placemaking, Human Rights, and Park, Arts, and Recreation Commissions. Now, if you think 40 applicants sounds like a lot, you're right, it is. In fact, it's the 2nd year in a row we've had more than 40 applicants for openings. And it's a far cry from when I started on the council, and there were times when we had to call and recruit people to apply for openings on boards and commissions. So 40 applicants is a lot, especially when there are a limited number of openings to fill. But having that many talented and thoughtful people looking to be active in the community, it's a good problem to have. I think the numbers we're seeing now are the result of a few things. First, I think the city is doing a much better job of recruiting and developing potential candidates from all corners of the city. That's helped connect the opportunities with people from different areas of the city and to people who represent different ages, races, ethnicities, and backgrounds. Second, I think the more formalized process that the Council asked staff to develop has been very helpful. The process stresses clarity, consistency, equity, and transparency. People know what they're getting into. And finally, we're seeing a lot of people who simply want to be involved in their city. So much of that ties into the Bloomington Tomorrow Together strategic plan. The goals of establishing a network of diverse and trusted community partners, removing barriers to participation, motivating community members to actively participate, and then seeing community members increasingly take advantage of opportunities to contribute, it's all part of the vision laid out by the community for the community as part of the Bloomington Tomorrow Together strategic plan. The interview panels that met January 21st did a facilitated debrief discussion to develop their recommendations for the City Council. The Council will report out on those recommendations and make the formal appointments to the City boards and commissions at the February 6th Council meeting. Thank you to everyone who applied. And finally today, a mayor's shout out to all of the 7th graders in Bloomington Public Schools who participated in this year's citywide Civics Bee. On Wednesday, January 25th, 9 students from Valley View, Oak Grove, and Olson Middle Schools gathered in the City Council chambers to compete in the championship round, and I had the pleasure of being the official question reader. A Civics Bee is like a spelling bee, but instead of spelling words, students answer a broad range of questions related to civics. Very simply, civics is the study of citizenship as well as its rights and duties. I was so impressed with the poise and knowledge that every one of those students showed. Some of the questions were really tough, and they all did a fantastic job. Congratulations to Zach Hodgson from Oak Grove Middle School, who took first place. Second place went to Aiden Andrews from Olson, and Momo Hawkinson from Valley View took third place. But as I said, all of the students deserve a big round of applause. And a big thank you to the folks who put the whole thing together. The Civics Bee was the result of a collaborative effort by the League of Women Voters Bloomington and Bloomington Public Schools, with support from the Community Outreach and Engagement Division here at the city. Well done. That will do it for this week's Council Minute. Thanks very much for tuning in today. Until next time, stay safe, Bloomington.